Okay, so this Astro Tarot that we're doing is going to cover the full moon in Taurus, which is going to arrive on the 19th of November. So basically the moon will be entering the sign of Taurus on the 17th of November at 2:18 a.m. UK time. And then it will hit the exact opposition with the sun once it reaches 27 degrees 14 minutes of Taurus, and that's going to happen in UK time at 8:57 a.m. What will that be in Eastern Standard Time, Sharon?
3:57 a.m.
Okay, Pacific time, Cassidy?
That'll be 12:57 a.m.
Nice. Okay, so for serious moon workers, the full moon phase lasts for 45 degrees after it hits the full moon. And so this means that it's still effective for you to do full moon work up until Tuesday, November 23rd, 10:13 a.m. UK time. Okay, and by that time, the moon would have left Taurus and traveled through all of Gemini and arrived at 12 degrees of Cancer. Okay, and just a couple of things we could note here is that it's going to be like a lot of aspects are going to be going around. The moon will be opposing not only the sun, but also Mercury and Mars, which will also be in Scorpio, and will be forming a triangle Pluto on Capricorn, a sextile with Neptune and Pisces, and the square with Jupiter and Aquarius, right? Yeah, I think my advice would be think about all of these planets and what functions of the psyche they represent, and then maybe think about what type of moon work you want to do based on that. Okay, so today Cassidy will be covering all of the cardinal signs. I'll be covering all of the fixed signs, and Sharon will be covering all of the mutable signs. So if your sun, your moon, or your ascendant is in any one of the signs that any one of us covers, so that reading will be relevant to you, and hopefully you'll be able to make use of it for your moon work, okay? Or any type of personal kind of reflective action you want to take, okay? So we're going to be shuffling the cards now for the signs.
Everybody reading with today?
Oh yeah, I'm doing the Gilded Tarot Royale.
It's like popcorn, huh? You can't put
Yes,
it down.
irresistible.
I got my little Soul Sparkle, Neo Rider Soul Sparkle.
Oh, I love it.
Nice. I have the this is the Tarot of Vampires by Ian Daniels.
Ooh.
Check out Khalid and I did a deck of the week of this one beginning of October, so check that one.
Nice. Oh, I can't wait to see that.
Awesome.
Great. So I guess I start.
Yep.
We'll start with the fire signs. So how we'll go through this is we'll do fire, earth, air, water, and just starting cardinal, fixed, and mutable as we go through. So if you're wanting to find where you're at, but let's get started. So what is the message that I have here for the Aries folks on the full moon in Taurus, November 19th? Okay, so this is the Seven of Knives in reverse. So the Seven of Swords in reverse. This deck is a little bit, it's definitely not your standard Rider-Waite-Smith traditional imagery. So, but I'm actually picking up something, it did come up in reverse, but that's what it looks like upright. Yeah, this seems like a really good time, Aries folks, to confront something that has been either confront it in a sense that you're actually, if it's a person or something, you can confront it head on, but I'm more picking up on some, and not in like a kind of way, but some sort of almost invisible force that is acting upon your life, that is causing you to move about the way that you do or make decisions the way that you do. And when I say invisible force, I'm not seeing it as like someone is bossing you around in this sense. So it's either a lingering judgment from someone, or a lingering like thought pattern that you've picked up that's not serving, that kind of thing. But and I'm getting that from in this picture here. It might be a little dark to see, but there's this little mast on the wall with two wings, and then the lady here has her wing and she's holding on to a knife that's dripped in blood. It's a beautiful card. And it just really seems like it would be a great time on this full moon to take a look at what sort of outside judgments, outside things that you've picked up on are still having a significant impact on like the decisions you make, on the way that you choose to conduct yourself, things like that. So if there is a relationship with someone that needs to be confronted, or just within yourself, a reflection of, oh, someone thought this of me, or, I'm still acting by the rules that I had at this point in my life, take a look at those things, confront them. And I think a few of them, they don't necessarily need to be chopped away, but I think a lot of them do. And this just seems more like an ongoing work. So either this is something that you've started to do, or something that you can get started with on this full moon. I don't see this as like I'll just chop off all these things on this particular day. It just seems like this is a recurring theme, or something that could use your attention, and you could really benefit from giving it some a quality, undivided attention time on this full moon. So evaluate what things, thought patterns, or judgments are still controlling your life, and confront them either within yourself or physically, if it's something you can actually go and, like, a person you can go talk to or something like that.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. All right. So it's
Hey.
my turn now. And I'm going to be looking at the message for anyone with the sun, moon, or ascendant in the fixed fire sign Leo. Okay. Okay, so I got for you the cherry in reverse. This is what it looks like upright. Okay. Let me just think about this for a second. All right, so I think this is asking you to kind of be more flexible, both in the way you manage your life on a daily basis, and the way you visualize your long-term goals. Yeah, okay, this is it. Okay, so Leo being a fixed sign and also being very kind of self-motivated, right? Fixed fire, kind of fire drawing on its own motivation. Can tend to kind of, once it's attracted to a certain idea or scenario, it can just fixate on it. And then see things in black and white terms. And look at the sphinxes here that are pulling the chariot. They're different colors, right? Contrasting golden and silver. And so because of that fixed kind of mentality, it's like, what I want is the good thing, and anything else is, I don't want to deal with that, So I think what this card is saying is that, yeah, you need to kind of resist that mentality that splits options into opposites, and try to think of the possibilities as a spectrum between these two poles, right? And then, yeah, reimagine what you might want to actually focus on, for, well, at least until the next, and at least until the next full moon, or possibly longer, and then base your moon work on that, something that's in between what you already see as ideal for you, and you've already kind of set your mind on it, and you think that that's me, this is me, this is the only thing that works for me because I am me. Yeah, try to look for something that is somewhere on the spectrum between that and then the thing that you imagine as absolutely contrary to your character and contrary to your desires, right? And then, yeah, make that the focus of your moon work.
Ooh, that's fascinating.
Thank you.
Very nice. I like that a lot.
If you have sun, moon, or rising in Sagittarius, got the Four of Wands in reverse. So Sagittarius is usually, often, I should say, the life of the party, the center of attention. The look at me, I'm here, right? And my eye is drawn to this red roof. This is just this red peak. And I'm seeing it as like the peak of exhaustion. Instead of going out there and always being the life of the party, you're the one that brings everybody together. You're the one who brings everybody all face to face or Zoom to Zoom and make sure everybody is having a good time. It's time to take a break from that. You're starting to feel exhausted. I can feel that exhaustion just looking at the card. And you just need to take some downtime for yourself and not feel selfish about it. So if you're going to, how that translates into what magic you're going to do, take it easy. Don't do anything too intricate. Do something simple. Simple magic works beautifully. And do it alone. Take some you time. Re-energize. All right.
Nice, very nice message.
Beautiful. Okay, so now we'll head over to the earth signs. So getting started with Capricorn, fire, earth, or rising in Capricorn. Oh, that's cool. Okay, because this is, our earth signs. This is the earth full moon, and I have a most beautifully earthy card. Wow. Okay, so I'll just quickly say, if you haven't seen this deck before, the court cards, there's the daughter, the prince, the queen, and the lord. So this is the daughter of pentacles, or the daughter of, I think they call it skulls. Yes. I mean, look at how magical this card is. We've got this beautiful sitting here with a skull, candle out of the skull, a nice pentacle on the skull's forehead. And she just looks focused and driven and at peace and grounded and just spectacular. Capricorns, is going to be a good moon for you. Yeah. So when I first saw this, I was thinking to give the advice of solitary work as well, but I could also see this just as easily as she's sitting in a circle across from other people with their skulls and their candles. So I don't particularly have a message of, I think if you could do it alone or you could do it in a group, all of that seems really good. If you can do something outside as well, that might be quite lovely. May not be available where you're at, but that's fine. So also, light a candle if you don't already. It seems very prominent with this one. But Capricorn, this is an excellent moon for, and I don't even just want to say all things practical, but that's really like her realm of just kicking some serious butt. Any sort of long-term planning that you're looking for, any sort of short-term planning, any sort of tangible, actual, measurable goal that you can set yourself. I want this, like my finances to look like this. I want to live in this place. I want to go here. Things that you can experientially experience in a sense. These are the type of goals I would say look at manifesting them, planning them out. I would say keep this moon work grounded. You don't have to go into different realms or explore higher consciousness, things like that. I'm thinking this one can be very tangible, very, very concrete. What do I want my life on this earth here on this plane to look like a week from now, a month from now, a year from now, kind of questions. So I could say a really excellent time to be planning out the things that you're looking for, what you're wanting to manifest, the goals you're wanting to achieve, and using the energy of this moon to just bless that work big time.
Wow.
Ooh.
So yeah. Sounds like the message is like, manifest the most ambitious part of Capricorn, like really making a change in your environment,
It seems like
Beautiful.
such a powerful time for Capricorn. Use it, folks.
All right. So now we get to the sign where the full moon is happening, right? So what's the message for an union with the sun, moon, or ascendant in Taurus? Okay. So I got for you the Nine of Wands in reverse. So what I'm picking up from this card is that you around that time will be facing pressures from other people, the types of pressures that really go against or intrude into your comfort zone, or even try to kind of pull you outside of your comfort zone and uh, define for you what your comfort zone should be. And I think the message from this card is resist those pressures and give yourself that classically Taurian, no, I should say, let yourself work from that Taurian tendency, to draw on the initiative within, that earthy initiative within, to establish what works for you. What is your own comfort zone, like the way you operate. Um, you can kind of fall back. I think this is the right time for you to fall back on that tendency, to take initiative and decide for yourself what works for you, what makes you feel comfortable, whether it's in your body or or whether it's in how you make your money or how you arrange your home, you know. All of the sorts of practical, tangible um, aspects of your life that play a real role in defining how you feel about yourself. Like, don't let other people influence you too much, um, to the point where you lose your agency, you know, and choosing what works for you, right? And going after it and and kind of bringing it into your life, right? And letting it be constitute the boundary um, of your comfort zone and a zone that really feels like you. Okay, that's it.
Nice.
Yeah. And Virgo. Sun, moon, or ascendant in Virgo. I'm gonna go with my first thought. Got the Six of Swords. I've never seen the Six of Swords in this way, but my first thought went to cruise ship. Okay, I was like, what the hell, man? And I know it's not feasible for every Virgo to be able to go on a cruise, but then my Gemini moon brain took it to a different route. So I'm trying to explain my madness here. I don't know. Virgo likes to tend to the day-to-day. Without Virgo, the gears of the universe would just go ground to a halt. They're the ones, or that's the energy that keeps us going, that keeps us working, that keeps us getting things done and fine-tuning things and making them better. So it's almost like Virgo mind is constantly perfecting, constantly working, constantly looking at ways to do work. So with the cruise ship, it's either time to play or time to allow yourself to daydream. That's a really good form of meditation, daydreaming. Virgo mind, you probably have a hard time meditating because of 1,500 voices going on in your head at the same time. Daydreaming, all the voices get something to do. You get to meditate and relax, and your magic will work better because you're not overworked. So I don't know. That's what I'm getting. Let yourself, allow yourself, give yourself permission to daydream. And if it's too hard to do, if you're like, no, I gotta work, convince yourself that daydreaming, playing will make you more productive in the long run, because your brain, man, it's tired. All right.
I love it. Beautiful message.
That's really nice.
See, that's why I worry sometimes I just don't make any damn sense. Like,
No, that's a very
clear.
there's different types of meditation, right? And one of them can be just let your mind run, you know, just let it wherever it needs to go.
Yeah.
Get all out, let it just have some time instead of like doing something and having those thoughts, but sit there and let those thoughts just
Yeah, and I love it, like the smoothness of the water. It's a very different type of movement from, you know, it's not a nervous movement. It's just like smooth and
Yeah.
calming. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Great, cool. So air signs, any fellow air signs? So cardinal air, we're going to start with Libra. So anyone with fire in Libra, my goodness. Anyone with their sun, moon, or ascendant in Libra, what do we have for you?
Fire, sun, it works.
There we go. Anyone with their fireball in Libra. Okay, cool. Wow. Oh, this is a big one for Libra. Ooh. There's a couple of different ways I want to say this. What I have is the Strength card, and she's this incredible woman who's just arms open, and she's got on a leash, not super tightly, but a good tautness on this. Almost looks like a demon panther of sorts. Very beautiful. She's just living her best life, as they say. So for our Libra friends, yeah. Ooh, I like this. Part of me wants to just say like break free, you know, let yourself free and express whatever needs to be expressed. But in tangent to that, I want to say giving yourself the space to express yourself, be who you are, without the extra narrative that says I am responsible for how other people take the things that I want to do, you know, if that makes sense. It just seems like, and I want to point this out, Libra, too, because it's really present in this card, is that you do have a very significant impact on the people around you. You have a presence that just, for good or bad, you know, depending on what else is going on in your day, you have a presence that just can set up a space, can dismantle a space. You just have and everything in between. You have a presence around people. But what I'm being called to say in this card is like, if you're conscious and aware of how other people react, is that, like, even just a question to yourself, am I acting in a way that is more authentically with myself and more authentically with what I'm wanting to do, how I'm wanting to express myself, or am I still having my decisions shaped by my understanding or my expectation of how other people will react to the things that I want to do? That's kind of what I'm wanting to say. So when I'm saying like let free, let go, just do something for yourself. She's got in one hand, she's got her leash on her demon panther, and on the other hand, she's got a cup, you know, and that cup is sitting there out under the full moonlight. I mean, this is just such a gorgeous energy in this card. So I would say, Libra, for the part of your full moon work, you can even just spend some time being conscious or contemplate for, you know, a few minutes the impact that you have on other people, and kind of realizing and understanding that sort of power that you have around group settings or around individual settings. But make a plan to or weave in somehow a way that you can more authentically express yourself and more authentically move about in the world, where it's not so much shaped by the expectation, like meeting the expectations of what other people have set for you. And whether they've actually set these expectations or they're of your own, I think this is how people respond, so I'm going to act this way, even when you don't know, right? So I would say investigate and try and weave in a more authentic expression, Libras. I think that's kind of a good way to sum up what I had to say for your message here.
I love it. Great message.
Under the full moon. Such a beautiful card.
You guys have been teaching me how to do that for about a year.
all coming together on this full moon.
Yeah. All right. So now we move to fixed air, Aquarius. All right. So what's the message for anyone with the sun, moon, or ascendant in Aquarius? Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so you got the Four of Cups upright.
Oh, that's pretty deck.
Yeah. All right. Let me see what I'm picking up from this one. Yeah. I think this is about learning something new. Okay, so notice how he's holding that book,
Oh, yeah.
right? And I feel like the cup is offering an opportunity to kind of read a different book, different type of book. And this young boy is looking at the cup a bit with some interest, but with some skepticism as well. And I think the whole scene is kind of speaking to the Aquarian tendency to, because it's fixed air, right? Kind of fixed mind. The Aquarian tendency to kind of feel like the opinions that they've already built up over time are enough, right? Or that they're automatically right about things. And this is saying be more flexible in the way you think about things, and yeah, start opening up to learning something new. Okay, so if around this time you've already been exposed to a different perspective, or even a piece of news you really didn't expect to hear, or an opinion from someone you know, could be a family member or a friend or your partner, that doesn't seem to fit with your kind of perception of the world or your philosophies, try to take it seriously and integrate it into whatever's occupying your mind at that time, right? So that you have a different outlook. So you can develop a different outlook on the issue that is preoccupying your mind around that time, around the time of the full moon. Okay? And then, so based on that new understanding, that new vision, I think you can set your eyes on a goal for the moon work that is actually more beneficial for you. That's my message.
Nice.
Love that. I have that deck and I never realized he was reading a book. That's, I love that. So we're to Gemini.
Mm-hmm.
Sun, moon, or ascendant in Gemini. Ta-da, Cassidy.
Too cool. That is too cool.
And I'm actually seeing this as, okay, and Cassidy, you're going to identify with this, and Mandy too. Gemini, sun, moon, or ascendant. I know it's Sagittarius and Aries who are the most famous for having no filter, like thought, mouth. Oh, everybody cringes, right? So, Gemini energy can forget that there's such a thing as filters, especially if they get excited or upset. That just thought, mouth, poof. So I think this would be a good time, this full moon, to check your mouth.
I love it.
to exercise control over some of the stuff that comes out of our mouths, which that's hard to do. Because seriously, Leo and Gemini moon, the stuff that comes out of my mouth is like half the people are going, what the hell did she just say? Or really, Sharon, really? So Gemini energy, just take the time to be conscious of what words are coming out of your mouth and why they're coming out of your mouth? Are you
Hmm.
intending to shock people? Are you intending to hurt people? If you're not, keep it to yourself.
Hmm.
As funny as it is in your head, it might not be funny to the other people around you. Okay.
Love it. Mm.
All right.
That speaks to so much too, right? Like just the power of words, you
Yeah,
know, in any
absolutely.
and all of its forms, just being conscious of what you're saying, what that sets you up for, what the environments around you that creates. Like, that's
And
a brilliant, love that.
thank you.
Yeah.
A lot of times the person that you're talking to doesn't have the same kind of thought process as you do. So they may misinterpret it, not
Hmm.
intentionally, but just they don't think the same. So they might be hearing a completely different thing than what you said.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it's interesting because like you're talking about a pattern, and so I'm thinking maybe meditating on, I mean, for Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, meditating on this new moon on how they interact with people might lead to a shift, you know, in the
Do you know
pattern
how
of
hard it is
communication.
for a Gemini to meditate? Use the daydreams, Gemini.
Yeah.
Cool. So that was all of our messages for the air signs. Moving on, last but certainly not least, water. So Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, we'll start with Cancer. All right. So this is the Ace of Skulls in reverse, which is skulls being the coin. So here's what it looks like upright. A big old skull surrounded by some beautiful purple flowers. It's a lovely card, but certainly not our traditional, I would say, necessarily Ace of Skulls or Ace of Coins. Okay, couple of things. Ooh, I'm being pulled in two very different directions, so I'll say them both quickly. One of them I just can't help but notice, like they're on this skull, it has, again, the pentacle on its forehead. And in the center of the pentacle, there's this little tiny white dot. And it's surrounded by all of this purple. You know, you can't help but see the symbolism and the imagery surrounding the third eye and things of that nature. So for Cancers, I think it would be, you know, this might be a really excellent time for you to try some visualization exercises and or activating that third eye, however you see fit. So I'm going to just blow past it. It also has like a little purple, it's a heart in the reverse, a little purple gemstone right here as well. So you could sit there with an amethyst on your third eye or something like that. Lovely. Anyways, but the deeper thing I'm really getting with this is more of I feel the need to say an excellent time to address a deep-seated insecurity within yourself on this full moon in order to use it and draw out what can be most valuable. So like, I mean, it's a full moon in Taurus. So Taurus is one of those secure, stable type of a thing. So it's interesting that I've got the Ace of Coins now in reverse, and it's kind of addressing some sort of insecurity that you have, whether it is, and I think a good way to do that could be like evaluating your resources, evaluating your access to and your stores of various resources, and whether that's financially or emotionally or whatever, energetically, like how much energy you genuinely have to get out of bed in the morning kind of thing. Whether it's, I feel like in some way, either an actual lack of or a perceived lack of something in your life causing an insecurity that is just kind of a vicious cycle that could be making something like that worse. You know, so I think there could be some good to come from, I don't know, even just using a portion of your moon work to see what sort of insecurities or what sort of, it's even the other right word, I guess like a negative motivating influence that you have in your life based on the resources that you have around you and what that's doing to your perceived sense of potential moving forward. You know, so I don't think I want to say more than that. I think that's kind of how exactly how I want to put it. But both of those things, right? I see this in one way being like a highly intuitive and a great, you know, third eye activation type of moment. But again, what I said before, I don't even want to try and say it again, but I think that sums it up what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I think the two messages blend with each other, because if you develop the third eye, you can see your environment more clearly, but you can also see yourself more clearly, understand yourself more clearly.
Oh,
So
it's
kind of
just,
moves.
yeah, the first really
Yeah.
helps find the second. Great.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you guys for putting that together.
Very nice, Cassidy.
Reason we do this as a team.
Oh, that was
Awesome.
beautiful.
Yeah, it really was.
Thank you.
All right. So what's the message for you if you have the sun, moon, or ascendant in the Scorpio? Oh. Okay, so you got the Six of Pentacles in reverse. This is what it looks like upright. Okay. All right, so Scorpios can have this tendency to form their definition of their motivating energy, their main motivating energy through a deep and intense interactions with other people. And I think the message I'm getting from this card, especially because it came up reversed, is that it would be better for you to actually, this is kind of resonating with the Cancer message, interestingly. Kind of pull yourself from that gravity of merging kind of with other people, right? And blending your own energy, your own resources with those of others, and keep what's yours. And then try to focus on what's really good for you, right? Instead of being so generous with your like empathic abilities and your ability to kind of dive into other and really penetrate kind of other people's issues and problems and offer advice to them, give them your time, right? Keep that penetrating kind of focus on yourself, try to understand yourself better, and yeah, whatever time and energy you have around that time of the full moon, turn it towards yourself and try to figure out what it is that's important for you, and be more generous to yourself than you've been, right? Yeah, and that should help you figure out what really matters for you and what's worth kind of building a full moon manifestation on. Yeah, that's a message for Scorpio.
Nice.
I'm gonna make Paul watch this one. He's Cancer Sun, Scorpio rising.
Ah,
He needs
okay.
to be kinder to himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Very nice.
Thanks.
And last but not least, Pisces. Sun, moon, or rising in Pisces. I got the Four of Coins in reverse.
We got all coins cards.
Did
for the
we?
water.
Yeah,
Oh,
interesting. Yes.
Pentacles
did.
card. That's cool.
Mhm.
But my brain, I think that's a like a huge signal for the water signs to be able to use the earth energy to ground themselves, because sometimes water gets that they run away with their emotions, and sometimes they just need a reminder that, yeah, hey, come back to the earth and see what's
Mhm.
really around you.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But for this Four of Coins in reverse for Pisces, I'm definitely seeing take some time away from the busy parts. You see how he's further away from the city here. The city's behind him. That's not saying in this instance to me to be alone, but take some time away from the busy work that you're doing, the make work with other people, or the small talk, the chatter, the things that don't matter. You're holding on to things that don't matter, and it's time to just let go and be still. Pisces can have a hard time being still. It's a mutable sign. It's very, very mutability turns into kinetic energy where it's got to be moving, it's got to be doing, it's got to be scattering itself. And you're scattered a little too thin and you're trying to hold on to things that don't matter. So let some of it go and use that space to form a stillness around you so you can breathe. That's what I'm getting.
Very nice. Very positive message. Yeah. All right. So this concludes the Astro Tarot reading for the full moon in Taurus on 19 November. And if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like and to subscribe to our channel. And you also might want to visit our website to figure out everything we have to offer. And you can subscribe to our newsletter as well, all through our website, www.thepomegranate.grove.com. All right.
One
Sharon,
other
Cassidy, anything you
thing,
want to add? Yeah.
we have a Patreon package that the Patreons that are part of that tier get to come to the Astro Tarot readings with us and get their own personal Astro Tarot reading.
Yes. Yes.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, then, everybody. You take care and best wishes for the full moon.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for engaging with us. Please like, subscribe and share. To book a personal, in-depth reading and to learn more about our incredible courses in tarot and astrology, please visit our website www.thepomegranate.grove.com.